like what you got. Рам-парам. Рам-парам. Мири в здравия. Да, финалка. Надеюсь, у всех хорошо проходит этот денек. Я продолжаю играть в финалку. Сегодня мы продолжим исследовать Горломалд и раздражать местных своим присутствием. Так. В прошлый раз я закончил на том, что опросил лично тех, кто здесь есть. Сейчас мы с Альфино и Алиса, видимо, повторим то же самое. К тебя, Юлиус. Ух. Блин, атмосферненько. У меня дома холодно. В Горломалде тоже холодно. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tartum. Before you ask, no, I do not have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others? Or was that merely a ruse? You're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Да, казнить вас всех надо. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we are somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of the situation. And above all else, don't use magics of any sort. Oh, okay. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alfina and Alize will pay the price. Я тебя протестирую. Что если я сделаю так? Их нельзя хилять. Эй, Октавия, снова здрасте. В прошлый раз ты меня отшила. Очень грубо. It's you, MSQ. I served under Lord Gaius in a 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your reverted adventurers, you killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens, as though they were nothing to you. And baby, I am too. Just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be alone until our countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve. Make my word. Славные ребята. Угу. Не, ну да, мы их там кучу перебили, но взорвали Преториум не мы взорвали. It is so cold. This young soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. Nope. Даже его нельзя подлечить. Обидно. This radio is the same model as the one used in a victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. I know who you are. The so-called champion of yours, yeah? Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face with the blood of our fallen compatriots. I swear it. Toward the suitors. Of all the times, the worst of the lot, within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for their thought bleeding us, would be the end of you. Virgilius' treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape. Took shelter in a mansion. Tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell, and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call this mercy. Mind intact, but body broken. A soldier is in name alone. I'd cut you down here, and where you stand if I could. Murderer. Murderer! Да, мы убивец. Убивец многих тысяч вас. Steady, that's dead. I killed him. You came with the Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off the aetheryte. It's deactivated. I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Guardians, or Guardians. Could teleport all over the in a blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetheryte's power to keep this place lit. Though it comes at the cost of its normal function. Как я и думал. Что ж, славно, пообщались. Насколько она мертва? Она еще двигается. Did you learn anything of note? Половина из них замерзает, а другая половина нас ненавидит, потому что еще недостаточно замерзла. Я бы предложил подождать, пока они окончательно замерзнут. Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. Unless there is a precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Flavius. Flavius звучит знакомо. It hurts. As easting. Who's there? My eyes, they can't see all that well. Ah, thank you. The numbers has subsided a little. The numbness. But I know I won't last much longer. They should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else that lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. Интересно, занялись ли они здесь уже каннибализмом или еще нет? Или они все еще собирательством занимаются из окружающего порушенного города? So, those you met better know better. I was afraid you would say that. I know warned about meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like that. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they're not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius would persuade him, though we need to persuade Julius first. Есть у меня способ убеждения, а мне запретили его использовать, увы. Иначе бы это было намного проще. Oh, is it enough? Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept rather some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we've got a lot of mouths to feed. It was the greater concern, though. I had some ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted, all we know. Either way, we are down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, these in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We're gonna have some sent over. We'll not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. Вы так уверены? One of your comrades mentioned something along those lines. С чего ты это взял? Ну, ты так уверен. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you can do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servant of the Telephoroi. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We identified the seat of the enemy's power. We realized Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructed them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Telephoroi. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then, we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word, and we will bring the ceruleum. Ну, под «мы» имеется в виду я, естественно. I will speak with the Lord Quintus. Yeeey! Вы победили? Скорее всего, нет. So, did he agree to it? Yet. No. You will not place Garlemald in depth of the enemy. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Okay. Погнали. Very well. After all, many hands make lighter work. You'll have more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the ladder. We depart shortly. Перчаточки. We'll begin our search for ceruleum in Reggio Anbanissima. Ты что-то вечно голодных. Я один есть. Месяц здравия с возвращением. У меня даже молока нету. Хотел кофеек себе сделать. Навел кофеек, обнаружил молока нету. Пришлось со сливками делать. Это не то. Хотя сливки неплохие. Окей, не важно, оно неплохо. Обычно сливки намного хуже. Очень даже неплохо получилось, йоу. This location is Sorum Solius, a park to the northwest of the station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Yeah. Пошли заниматься мародерством. Как тебе первый данж? Первый данж? Это тот, который с атакой на конвой? Он данжем считался? Не, он не данжем считался. Или которая башня Зод. Она уже довольно-таки давно была. Зод, да. Зод был прикольный. Блин, в такую погоду, да в шортах. Человеки. Что я вижу? Блин, все-таки мне бы очень хотелось бы, чтобы в этой игре со временем изменялись локации. Типа сейчас вот здесь все порушено. Было бы шикарно, если бы там, после следующего обновления, следующего экспанса, здесь уже шли какие-нибудь восстановительные работы. Йоу, тут карта парка. Прям совсем цивилизованное общество. Это контраст музыки и этой ужасной башни. В этой локации холодно. Потому что, во всяком случае, для меня здесь атмосфера достаточно хорошо передана, что мне здесь прохладно находиться. Это классно. To think this macabre graveyard was War Machina was once a park. This is the place. Okay. So, this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational area came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Zolus Galvus. Ха-ха-ха, мы его убили. Did we come to expect ceruleum from the wrecked Magic armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes to the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time, in case something has been overlooked. Интересно, какова дистанция этих мошенничков? Они могут просто незаметно отойти достаточно далеко, чтобы они сигнал не достал. I see. Then, with your permission, we will commence the search. Просто под предлогом поиска отойти. Далеко-далеко. Вернуться на базу, забрать ceruleum, вернуть сюда. Вон. И вдруг они уже обладают спутниками. Черт, и правда. Хотя сомневаюсь. У них как бы есть летающие аппараты, но у них очень ограничена высота полета. Потому что она меньше 5 километров. Плюс для связи с Даламудом в 1.0 они использовали не спутник никакой, не пытались отправить туда команду, а они просто передатчик строили. С другой стороны, это было бы дешевле. Наверное. Сомневаюсь, что у них есть способ вывода чего-нибудь на орбиту. Кроме случайного вывода чего-нибудь на орбиту путем взрыва целого города. Though rather small by the Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant stall. Ooh. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeeper. Aww, there's nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other device that would be fueled by ceruleum. Aww, игрушечный магазин. Блин, целый игрушечный магазин. Почему у нас такого нету? У нас всякие есть на детских площадках всякие корабли, всякие домики. Где магазины? Лавки. Что такое? Почему нет? Площадка смотровая. Окей. Видимо, днем здесь выглядит получше немного. The contraption is built in a style of Imperial war machina, armed with a battery of weapons, and capable of transforming into different configurations. But in closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Как это можно было за военную махину принять? Окей, видимо, у воина света очень хорошая фантазия. Мы можем сесть на... 10 из 10 лучшая игра всех времен. This, whatever it is, appears to have some sort of symbolic meaning relating to this park. Even though the place is named after Solus, it doesn't seem to be a statue of him. Well, at least not anymore. Maybe it was once a fountain? Or somewhere the man himself used to sit. Not that it would matter, even if we knew. I can't help wondering. Не знаю, по мне это просто где-то... стоп! Может, это просто для того, чтобы лазить по этой штуке? Довольно-таки высокая вещь тогда была бы для детей особенно, но... Эй! Отсеиваем слабых детей. I don't imagine we would be much need for Magitech in a park of all places. But then again, I wasn't raised in Garlemald. They may have uses for ceruleum that I've yet to consider. Макина. Это обычная боевая макина. С моей предположением, они здесь померли, ну, поломались все именно во время боя. Потому что обычно здесь им не место. A cursory inspection of the wrecked machina Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum. As Julius said. О, притом здесь два этих игрушечных магазинчика. Класс, класс, класс. Привыкайте к капитализму в империи. Yeah. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Solus. The pond, children's play area. To the knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Да ёкаламана. Привел нас не пойми куда. Где Юлиус, кстати? А вон. Это вода? Тепло. Если тут фонтан был, то, возможно, здесь есть рулем, чтобы питать его. Нету нифига здесь. А, it's you. Any luck? Nope. Грязная и холодная вода. Она все равно теплее, чем их отношение к нам. Но это можно понять. There is no sight of any ceruleum. Pretty surprising. But disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help noticing you gazing on the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes, I mean no, It's just... I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated, to stop it from freezing over. So like all other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed here if I didn't drag them out. Would be super wet when all was said and done, every time. And every time, when we'd get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. Yep. Это даже лучше, чем фонтан, потому что обогрев воды требует намного больше энергии, чем передвижение воды. What the ceruleum power heater by a chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath a hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear, and it wasn't this balakish muck. We can see it, can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. But the machinery must likely broken. The amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold though. Так, если ты туда войдешь, ты точно умрешь в конечном итоге. Curious. What are your thoughts on magic? The average Guardians would jump out of their skin if they saw it. but the first has a few foreign signiferi and medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then take it you wouldn't mind if I employ a little now. And for now, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? When that's done, a blast of a verifier to do the trick. I'll leave it to me. Hell yeah! Сожрем воду. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That tank isn't going to patch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake, like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. Окей, неважно. Я думал, она испарит воду или просто раскидает ее. Она просто пройдется, поищет этот люк, а потом мы погреемся у костра, обсохнем. Я разочарован в ее способностях. Do better. So, fancy a dip? Я уже проверил, вода неплохая. A little friendly competition might make things interesting. Yeah! Ну, она все это начинала, теперь мы будем это начинать. Plus want to find a ceruleum tank? It's a rotten egg! Oh, I dare say. We'll both smell like rotten eggs after this is over. Грязная, мерзкая, холодная водичка. Если бы я был люком, я был бы где-нибудь среди камней. Можно было бы просто наклониться вперед. Beneath the water, you fingers sketch on what you think might be a handle. Что я сказал? Easy. You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. However, your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost, as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Julius will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize. Yay! Стоп, это аккумулятор? Он выглядит как аккумулятор. Uncovering hidden treasure is an adventurer's bread and butter, though one is not normally required to go elbow deep in ice-cold, stagnant pond water to retrieve it. Nevertheless, many would choose that over mowing down hordes of slavering beasts or solving unknown puzzles. Пазлы! Привет. He found it? Oh. There must be another one around here somewhere. Я бы поискал здесь. А, стоп, это не камни, это руины какие-то. Ну ладно. Может, здесь столбы стояли красивые, украшенные. Может, с водопадами. Did you find anything? I hope you did. Держи свой церулиум. Много не пей, оставь другим. That's it! There is still some ceruleum left. Ah, the fire's still not ready. Hold on. I'll give Alfred a hand. Почему мы так далеко сидим? Call me and all done, because by fire I am reborn. And my clothes are mostly dry now. I appreciate you recovering this ruling, but I wish you taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Yes, by the way, you've been treated in Lord Quinter's eyes. You're still in voice deserving of protection. If you are to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Справедливо. Your concern is duly noted. But all is well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in the Garlemald? I did, but far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contribution to the empire, awarded an estate. Whoa. We lived well, better than many. It was Garlemald like in those days. Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down by a hot meal with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song or happiness. And all the summers came and went all too quickly. In that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Grey clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the tallest building we could find and watch the sunrise. Aww. Never again. His rooftops are rubble, his friends dead, those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had, soon, our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. Да, с тем, как у них все развивается, идет очень много параллелей с асианами. Promoted! Мы разобрали костер. Well, at least my clothes are finally dry. Though I could still do with a proper wash. Owing to the wealth of experience I've accrued in gathering firewood, I was even able to provide Julius with some basic pointers on the subject. I thought it might help further build a report, and to distract him from his other concerns. Надеюсь, хоть у тебя родственники живы. Alright. Now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. Oh. Yeah, больше по городу шататься. Я думал, мы обратно пойдем. Но хорошо, что нет. Это новая макина. Я таких еще не видел. Everything was built on an enormous scale and with thick, cleanly cut stone, much like Amarot. Given what we know now, such similarities are no coincidence. Блин, и правда логично. Город, построенный Амитселком, похож на город, в котором жил Амитселк. Вау. Или хотя бы с похожими технологиями построен. В похожем стиле. The war machina appears to be patrolling the area of its own volition. I wonder whether it's simply following its original orders, or if it now serves the Telefroi. As you can see, this place is littered with the remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, though that took more severe beating, harder to salvage. We decided to save those for another time, the time being now. Rather than prize them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using the compact explosives. With luck, I will gain access to the tank without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand with well clear to avoid being hit by the shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the war machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading, even when the unit itself is inactive. Interesting. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use the explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Okay. Hello. Oh, Claro Gaming. Здравия. Understood. Let's get to work. Yes? You still have the explosives I gave you, yes? Remember to check the ceruleum gauge before attempting to remove the outer casing. If the gauge has been damaged, and you can determine if there are any left, cover. Use your best judgment. Просто повторил то же самое, просто более короткой форме. According to ceruleum gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. Fuck you. The ceruleum gauge of this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel its tank may hold. Ты подождешь. Oh, там еще есть. The ceruleum gauge of this unit appears to have been broken. Окей, этот тоже поломанный. Еще найти какой-нибудь целый. Чтобы с одного наверняка получить. О, тут еще. У меня всего 2 бомбы. The ceruleum gauge of this unit appears to have been broken. Awesome. According to the ceruleum gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. Итого у нас 3 поломанных. Давай тебя и самый первый, который мы нашли. You retrieve a war machina ceruleum tank to find it is still half full. Half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, Julius will surely be pleased by your discovery. И первый с поломанным. О! Мне всего один нужен был. Окей. И остальные. И куда-то сюда пошли. Профильно. Алюзе. Блин, дети сбежали. Я так и знал. Они услышали мое предложение и... исполнили замысел. Explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? Not only did this tank survive the attack that disabled the war machina, in which it was installed, it also escaped the blast of your explosive unscathed. If medals for outstanding service were awarded to inanimate objects, this champion among ceruleum tanks would surely deserve one. Aww. Может, они просто настолько же крепкие, как и баки для водорода в автомобилях на водородном топливе. Потому что их делают настолько прочными, что в них стрелять можно. Во всяком случае, из 9-миллиметровых. You've done it again! Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refill quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alfina and Alice are faring. Ждем. Как же она выбивается из общего окружения, эта башенка.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Encrypt?
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
Okay.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance.
В смысле после того, как она попросила? Она сразу намекнула, что с нами Тенгрид пойдет.
We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside.
Правильно.
When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up.
Так.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Шубу я ради них снимать не буду.
This will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice.
Эй, солнышко.
We should return to the station.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground.
Yep, успех. Большой успех.
Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
А,
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
не планируют атаку на наш лагерь? Или что?
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
Хороший вопрос.
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question. Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alize are to stay here, as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
Разумно с их стороны.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Ализая, успокойся.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Have faith in me. Yes. Уверуйте в меня.
Get them out of here.
Опять на фоне радио. Мне кажется, это не случайно. Мне кажется, с радио что-то будет еще мутиться. Либо с помехами. Вообще, в Shadowbringers было множество катсцен, в которых были визуальные помехи, будто типа плохое качество видео. Ultimately, they will be fine, provided they do not resist. Alea lacta est. Google, иди сюда. Ja. Okay. Ist. Jagd. The gamble has been cast. Okay. You'll accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there's something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies you surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to the legionnaires Marcellinus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the Eel for further details. In these words, IYL. Once you've seen them, seen to that, meet me to the exit. By the exit. Okay. Ты куда едешь? You again. As to ill, you say. So, that should be the way of it. After all this... How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it. The glory, Garlemald. Кажется, их план не такой простой. Кажется, они планируют атаку. И мы сейчас распространяем кодовое слово для атаки на наш лагерь. What do you want with me? As the ill? So Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand. That we would recognize this savage as a ruthless, merciless creature. And to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of the Emperor Varys, the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Oh. Я думаю, все еще круче. Но более жутко даже. Я думаю, они идут шахидами. Я думаю, они начинают свою последнюю вармахину взрывчаткой, заведут в наш лагерь и взорвут. Yep. Парам-парам. Я на лошади, пожалуй, постою. Have you done as instructed? Their duties involve more than transporting the supplies, don't they? Давай, у меня тоже синие волосы. Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders. Though whatever we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There's one other thing. A place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. О, нет. О, нет. Он тоже идет на эту суицидальную миссию. И мы сейчас посетим его дом. Или могилу его родни. А, блин. Та-та! Внезапно веселая музыка. О, морозка. Блин. Дыра настоящая. Я думаю, что это здесь такое большое? Это... Как чей-то? Йоу, я такого еще не видел. Прикольный. Еп, дай угадаю, это твой дом. Был. Give me a moment, please. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Да. О, бедный Юлиус. Опять эта композиция. Мне она не нравится. В смысле, она хорошая, но она печальная.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
Ну, то бишь, вы знаете, что радио вас спасло?
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen.
Oh.
A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
Нет. Уверяю, нет.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
В этом обновлении много внимания к глазам.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Поближе сядьте, погреться.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
Oh.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. united as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections, a cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum.
О, да, я даже не думал об этом.
Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be.
Альфина просто наслаждается его голосом.
In this world, no one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Вообще, что произойдет?
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Oh.
Thank you, Alice.
Oh. Astinian!
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
А теперь рисуется дальняя миссия.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Yep.
Ambush!
А, у них две машины.
More are coming, make ready!
4 машины.
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision.
Они капитулируют.
Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you.
Это было
I take
рановато.
solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Прикольный револьвер. Что ты с ним сделаешь? Ты его зарядил? Он, наверное, решил попрактиковаться в стрельбе. Блин, он выбрал самую большую цель.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Something rush. We'll make no attempt to resist. Класс, еще больше военнопленных, которых надо кормить. Да что ж такое? The Imperials changed upon us. We were able to avoid any serious injuries on either side. In truth, although the Gallians were in no condition to fight. Sunken eyes, hollow cheeks. It must have been a long time since they had a decent meal. I'm sure they will be much more amenable to conversation with food in their bellies. I've just returned from the guarding the airships. Now I've got to keep an eye on the captured Imperials. Maybe a bit of chit-chat will help lighten the mood. It was a grave error not to post sentries further from the camp. Had we seen the Guardians sooner, we would have slain them long before the truth was told. They engaged in us of their own free will and deserved to die warrior's death. Even so, I have not forgotten why we're here, and I will stay my hand. For now. Я думаю, у нее все ее фразы будут до конца этого обновления заканчиваться фразой for now. Thank goodness the 10th Legion decided to sue for the peace when they did. There have been shed more senseless bloodshed, which is the last thing anyone, including the first, needs. Noted. From their perspective, though, the promise of reinforcements was their last hope. And now they have no choice but to capitulate to the invaders. But we will prove to them that all is not lost, that we yet stand a chance of casting out the Telefroy. Okay? Even with their empire in ruins, the Garleans have not lost the will to fight. That strength shall serve them in the days to come. There is yet life in these cold soils. Okay. Ладно. Где остальная группа? Где наш белый маг, который все это предотвратил? Не здесь. Синих квестов у меня здесь не появилось? Конечно, нет. Much more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with the Lord Quintus. Насчет этого. Это будет проблематично сделать. Если, конечно, мы не отправимся в море эфира, в эфировый океан, и там не найдем его остатки. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. Это ужасно. Они голодают и замерзают. They were preparing for the war, while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risks the welfare of the people they're sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. So, go with Julius back to the station and have them lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alfino, Alice, and the scouts sent to exercise. Them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. Ага, наши пленные. Что я тут вижу? Кстати, про синие квесты. In pursuit of power. Just what I was looking for. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ramil now, of Ishgard. I've been put in charge of our arrangement with Tapper's Den, you see. However, the very first of the Tappers to come bearing ceruleum has asked quite a lot of us, if I do say so. They wish for our help in getting Jutina Platform G up and running. And every time platform that it's the hands of Imperial Primary Energy Pipeline. Okay. What's more, he is a Garlean. I was convinced the only engineers left in Tapper's Den were from conquered territories. In any case, I'm not qualified to judge the motives of the men. I'd feel much more at ease if I let someone of your experience helping to make the call. Okay? I thank you for your willingness to assist. Let us go and speak with the Tapper in question then. He's a man by the name of Appius. Это его так зовут из-за всех опиоидов, что он использует? Йоу, да ты разодетый. I suppose you must be the friend Rimmelno wanted to fetch. Здравствуй. You have my thanks for getting him to agree to my proposal. Do not misunderstand. I have yet to agree to any such thing. I merely wanted someone else present during our talk. Very well. Although I do believe my my preferred deal would be a boon to us and the Ilzebad contingent alike. I used to work at the Jetuner Platform G, you see, so I know more than most about the facility and its operation. That may be so, but your relationship with the facility notwithstanding, why should a guardian such as yourself still be taking refuge in Tapper's Den? We've been led to believe that the former workers residing there were from other territories. You're right in on the technicality. I was a supervisor, rather than your typical staff. When the platform went down, it only seemed right that I stay with my crew. I always thought we were close, but living alongside them at Tapper's Den has made me realize that I took them and their skills for granted. And it is to say nothing of the blind eye I turned to their struggles. That's why I came to you. It's high time I be of some real use for them, and everyone else, if we are lucky. If we manage to get the platform back in working order, it'll dramatically increase the capacity to pump and refine the ceruleum for everyone in the region. Sadly, we're more than a few hands short of a full workforce, not to mention the lack of supplies. Which is precisely where you come in. Help us get things up and running again, and you'll have your share of ceruleum coming up off the rail. You couldn't come up with a more mutually beneficial arrangement if you had tried. So he says, what do you think? Я думаю, с Тапперами надо поговорить. Hey, seem trustworthy for me. Почему нет? Если что, свали все на меня. Yes, I've been leading the same way myself. Ultimately, what he says about the potential benefits is true. Nevertheless, I doubt the higher-ups would assent to this. I suppose that is how it goes when you're dealing with the military types. Well, that is for what's worth. I do understand the hesitancy to throw your lot in with someone from a hostile nation. Thus, part 2 of my proposal. I shall do you a service to prove myself worthy of the contingent's trust. I had a look around the fringes of your camp here before you arrived, and I've spotted a few ceruleum engines in need of repair. If I fix them up, your superiors would have no reason to suspect that I want to see you driven out. Less reason, in any case. Assisting us with the use of local technology would go a long way, I'd imagine. That said, I've not heard anything about the ceruleum engines we've scavenged breaking down. It's not as if they are entirely useless yet, but I guarantee they are not running as they should. Give me the opportunity, and I can have them working more efficiently and safely. Окей, это уже подозрительно. Это уже подозрительно. Если бы он предложил починить генераторы, которые не работают, это да. Как бы мы ничего не потеряем, если он их там саботирует. В худшем случае запасные части потеряем. А если подпускать его к сейчас работающим генераторам, он может их саботировать, и тогда мы будем в намного худшем положении для торгов. Он тогда сможет требовать намного больше с нас, потому что нам нужно будет не только сирулиум, но и место, куда его пихать. Кроме как есть его. You're welcome to accompany me while I do so. That way, you can ensure that I don't get up to anything suspect, and then vouch for me with your superiors. I have no objection. I trust you will sense anything amiss. Я не инженер. Let us begin with a proper inspection then. We can get to work as soon as you're ready, Maiha. Я не называл тебе моего имени. Ну ладно. My apologies for dragging you out into this, but I do appreciate the help. Keep an eye on him when you go to inspect these engines. Though the ultimate objective is to get the engines running at full capacity, the purpose of the inspection is to work out what parts would need. However, I would hate to fumble something and be accused of sabotage. So I'd appreciate if you could be the one to lay hands on the devices. Never fear, I'll be right behind you, telling you what to look for. If we inspect, say, 3 of them, we should have a decent idea of what needs repair. Lead the way. Alpius is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with the objective. Да-да-да, и забрать его можно отсюда, если он исчезнет. Во-первых, можно ли его куда-нибудь отвезти и допросить? Нет. Йоу-то они такие компактные. Прикольно. О, один в домике тут. Со светом здесь намного комфортнее. Максима, что скажешь? News regarding the 10th came short after you first left with Julius. From that, we were able to deduce that the first was somewhere within the capital. We were, however, only able to verify that once you had made contact with Tancred. Oh, да, вы меня ждете. I will have food and bedding prepared for the refugees. Getting them here safely, however, is my immediate concern. О, вот он. А здесь что он обеспечивает электричество? Praise be to your deft hands. I have an idea of what our next stop ought to be. Though, perhaps I would be best to apprise Rebel of our progress first. Ну-ка, погнали с ним поболтаем. Доложим о проделанной работе. Мы потрогали 3 генератора. Они теплые. Все, что могу о них сказать. Ведь этот в шортах. Одна и Майха тут в шубе бегает. How are our engines? Alas, I fear that each of these we examined are guaranteed to break down sooner or later, should you continue using them in their current state. Surely you jest. I swear it on my integrity as an engineer. You are in a dire need of instruction in a proper operation of ceruleum engines. You saw the little lamp light up when you touch the switch, correct? That only illuminates when there is an issue with the engine. They were switched off for want of fuel when the settlement was abandoned, no doubt, which prevented them burning out, only to let them freeze solid instead. Instead, your lot turned them on. From the state they were in, I can only assume it didn't occur to you to warm them up first. I notice you have heating technology of your own, but it will do you no good should the engines to power them back. Now will it? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from my assistance. I'm a mechanist from Frozen Climes myself. As you say, sounds plausible enough. Окей. Раз мы используем их только для обогрева, у нас есть то, что мы... то, чем мы можем их заменить. И мы просто их используем, потому что это для нас пока что выгоднее. Окей. Можно рискнуть. Very well. On behalf of the camp, I formally ask you to repair the ceruleum engines. I suppose that means I will be taking responsibility if anything goes wrong. So you may as well use your own two hands this time. That's the spirit. I knew you'd come around. Questus completus. Yes. Окей. Желтый квест. Желтыми квестами мы будем заниматься много позже. Ох, да, телепортнуться нельзя. Пам-пам-парарам-пам. Southeast. Там? Ха? Да, там. Я пропустил там эфиритовый поток. Как я мог? Не-а. Не-а, отвали. О, он, наверное, на станции. Или нет? И все-таки я уверен, что Ceruleum — это подвид эфирита. Может, типа с аспектом всех остальных стихий одновременно? Или что-нибудь такое? Скорее да, скорее всего он с аспектом всех стихий одновременно, потому что раз он может защитить от порабощения, а талисманы, которые мы используем, они имеют вкрапление эфирита и всех типов. Скорее всего, так оно работает. О, фак, не та кнопка. Вот это я хотел. Southwest. Ага. Здесь где-то? Northwest. А? Ничего нету. West. West. Стоп, он в той пещерке, что ли? А, вот он. Он рядом с пещеркой прям был. Стар, очень зрячий. Northwest. 1000 ям. Нет, туда нас еще не отправляли, поэтому пойдем туда. Во время движения нельзя камеру использовать. Вот это так сделаем. Уи! Паркур. Паркур на грифоне. Классная роза. Великолепная просто. Хорошо им тут жилось. Красивый городок, уютный. Интересно, отопляли ли они землю здесь? О, прикольно, если да. Здрасте. Граха! What are you doing back here? Where are Julius, the others? Oh, I did not expect you to arrive so soon. There's been development. Perhaps you had best see for yourself. It is a comfort to see none the worse for the recent ordeals. Что? Меня здравия. Возвращением. Майхам, Юлиус. Arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. Then, when he was alone, he... No, he wouldn't. Знает, что я тут. Естественно, знаю. Tancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course, shall the legatos be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free. free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just at this moment spoken with Lucia. We're ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass. Should they be willing to accept our aid? Some would rather die, but most of us just want to live. Sons and standards be damned. Just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see if they reach the camp safely. Класс. Еще больше пленных. Нам себя кормить нечего. Мы тут со всей округи пленных собираем. Ну, мы их, конечно, пытаемся зарекрутить для атаки на эту башенку, но сколько месяцев уйдет, чтобы восполнить им силы? Ew, это ящерица. After what happened to his family, the first was all Julius had left. Now even this been taken away from him. He's not alone in that either. There's a comfort in having someone to follow, someone to lead. Привет. Не? Ну ладно. О! Здрасте, вы здесь на всякий случай, если что-то пойдет не так, и сжечь тут все к чертям. Окей. Окей. With the road covered, don't you worry. Things may get chaotic out there, but just take it as slow and steady as you can, alright? Картоха. Ты живой вообще? Да. Estinian. I don't know how to offer encouragement or solace to these poor souls, but if it's safe passage to the camp they need, I'd gladly oblige. Graha. As we might, any words of comfort we may offer, I like to fall on deaf ears. But strangers from foreign lands, perhaps in their eyes, the very cause of their suffering to begin with. Nevertheless, we mustn't give up. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? I think we could reclaim it, rebuild it out ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there is a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. Well, got the rights sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in the Atlanta room is also functioning as normal. That's where you are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us packing up and leaving this place. I reckon there'll be more use for me and my skills over there at your camp. Окей. Второго забрали. Плюс ты эфирит починил. Yeah. Юра? To employ healing magics now would likely invite catastrophe. Пытается зарезать ее. As though canst attend. Прекрати. The experience of Vactus spoils. Indeed, the Guardians view our ability to manipulate ether with the same suspicion that many Eorzeans do Magitech. Ah, it's you. The one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you are not from around here. I thought you were one of us, but that makes much difference now. Pure bloods, ignorant savages. After a while, there would be the words start to lose meaning, until all you left with the anger and fear and hate, and I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'd be glad to accept. Окей, пока что все приняли нашу помощь, предложение эвакуироваться. Полезай. Everything's gonna be alright now. Ага, значит у нее вся левая часть под ампутацию, понятно. Красиво. Let's not dwell on it. Not when there is work to be done. Why? We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass. What we'd hoped to talk about with Iontis. But all of that can wait. Urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Just you все. Think the 12. You and I should go first and secure the road back to the Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures untempered skulking about, I expect we'd have our hands full. They should come in handy. Conqueror's chain, courtesy of the Lamins and friends. I'd have it for the tempered though. I save it for the tempered though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying in your map. Once you've taken care of the FFXIV, we'll meet back at the camp. Okay. A thoroughly treated chain capable of binding even the wriggliest of opponents. Ooh, немного бандажа. Синий квест. Yes. Привет. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen a little boy with hair a similar shade to me? He's my son, and I can't find him anywhere. It all started when I told him we ought to seek refuge in your encampment, and he started wailing and sobbing like I'd never seen. Next thing I knew, he was running hell for leather. Goodness knows where. I'm worried he may have left for the station altogether. And the streets above are rife with danger. Please, would you find him for me? Oh, you will? Bless your heart. If I know my son, he'll probably try to return to our house to the north of Platinum Novum. Try there first, before anywhere. He'll be easy to recognize, should think. That with the color of his hair and all. Это же это натуральный цвет волос. Однако, Ямай это красится. Лор персонажа. Стоп, я туда бегу? Да. Где этот шкет? Он здесь свалил. Домой захотел. ГС-2. Этого больше дома. А? А? Ага. Йоу, шкет. Бу. Another blocked street. Who are you? Прости. Oh, they sent you? Huh. Tell her I won't go to the enemy's camp. I'm going home. I'm going home. The boy with the sky blue hair has made good his escape. You had best resume your search for this obstreperous youth. У меня с собой есть цепи. Я думаю, стоит их использовать на нем. Прятается. Stop following me. Прекрати от меня убегать. Once again, the boy, the sky blue hair, has taken flight. Will likely be looking over his shoulder. Oh, еще одна осталась миссия. With the very side, you resume your hunt. Follow the boy, бла-бла-бла, да. Легасп. Perhaps hello, sir. Да, определенно. У тебя достаточно длинной ноги, чтобы оторваться от меня на такой короткой дистанции. Да. Да, так и есть. Легасп. Going home no matter what. О. Он попытается забраться на это дело. Legasp. Must have been the wind. Где дальше спрятаться? С деревьями, что ли? А у них автомобили были. Только сейчас обратил внимание. Однако... Стоп, притом это не колеса. Это антигравитационные какие-то хрени. Они парящие автомобили. У них были парящие автомобили. Какого? А мы против них воевали палками да стрелами. И мечами. Someone there? Нет. Must have been the wind. На него еще ни один противник не нагрелся. Ха. За деревом разве что прятаться. This can't be. О, ты дошел до дома. Бу. No, our home was here, right here. You again, leave me alone. I'm staying here to build a new house, bigger and better than the old one. The child has escaped your grasp yet again. Though this may be concluded as a particularly gruesome endeavor, remember that he is only a child and knows no better. You should find him before he comes to harm. Automated satellite. Отвали. Прикольная штука. Парниш, не обращай внимания на огромного дракона, который сейчас появится. Это нормально. Все хорошо. Тебе просто показалось. Why do you care so much? We're enemies, remember? Why are you trying to help me? You need help, and I'm offering it. How much your mother feels something, but how would your mother feel if something were to happen to you? I don't care what you say. We didn't need your help. But mother worried. Should go back to the station. Наконец-то. Наконец-то, блин. Ничего, думали, пешком обратно пойду, фиг из два. Зачем ходить, когда есть возможность телепортироваться? Ну, хотя бы в целости и сохранности до сюда дошел. А, судя по всему, нет. F. Парниш помер. I was wondering when I would see you again. I'm happy to report that my son has returned. Creature. You'd have seen him, tears putting down his little cheeks, crying with apologies to me. I know that you were the one who found him, though he didn't mention a word of it to me. I almost couldn't believe my ears when he said he wouldn't mind moving to your camp. He was dead against it only hours ago. What would have happened, I wonder? Вашего дома больше нет. Поздравляю. What? He was attacked? Oh, еще это, да. But that horrid magic, you say? Goodness. That must have been quite a shock for my little man. Thank you for coming to his rescue. There's a solitary lesson to be gained from all this, though. One that I hope he retains. Do not scorn a proffered hand when one is in need. But that hand is be friend or foe. At any rate, I thank you for finding him. It's not much, but please, I insist. Деньги! Как же мало не платят. Видишь, вы все бедные. Мне надо помогать каким-нибудь очень богатым людям. О, еще кубакип. Окей. Давайте найдем здесь какое-нибудь тепленькое местечко. Пошли. Хорошее местечко. Я сделал небольшой перерыв, схожу заварю себе чаек и вернусь. Скоро буду. Парам-парам. Парам-парам. Вернулся. Чаек. Ой. И пойдемте избивать порабощенных. И связывать их. Тут далеко. Вперед, мой маленький жучок. Пробег. Столько всякой живности, просто пробегаем мимо. Сага, вот это опасно. Пальнет, больно будет. Так, ну вперед. Где вы? Так, ну тебя связывать не придется. Ой, лорд огня на тебя. Лорд огня оказался довольно-таки слабоват. Титан? Титан еще слабже. Сойдет. О, второй прям тут рядышком. Мне нравится, как он передвигается по земле, этот жук. Он как бы летит, но и ходит одновременно с этим. Это прикольно. Ага, вот тебя мы свяжем. Хватит сопротивляться. Не сопротивляйся, тебе понравится, я уверяю. Полежишь тут пару часиков на холодной заснеженной земле, пока, возможно, тебя не найдут наша команда спасателей. Возможно. Я еще не уверен, что буду кого-то отправлять на ваше спасение. Полезай в оковы. Я его связал. Видимо, да. Махнулся. О, вы громадины. Ё, тут целая парковка. Какого... Да, это не колеса, это какие-то большие металлические диски с красными вкраплениями. О, прямо напротив них двоих, естественно. Хотя бы он отвернулся. See no threats in the path ahead. О, славно. Запишите, громадины, они на самом деле безопасны. Они мирные, добрые, и рога у них так для красоты. Опять прям посреди мобов. Интересно, вот эти бомбы живые, они теплые или нет? Можно ли их использовать как обогреватель? потому что если да, то, по идее, у нас не должно быть проблем с обогревом. У нас в отряде... Ну, не в отряде нашем нету, но в нашем альянсе есть кобальды, которые производят как раз эти бомбы. О, ты уже сдался. Ну-ка. Полезай в цепи. И не жалуйся на то, что они жмут. Радуйся тому, что дают. Энкрит! Эй! Все готово, все убиты. Вернее, я всех связал, да. There you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The temper proved themselves troublesome, but these chains should keep them under control until our allies take them into custody. That taken care of, I am to gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see through that, would you mind appraising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save it for later. First things first, and all that. Эй, йоу, Люсия. Энкрит удерживает от тебя информацию. Видимо, какую-то важную. Наказать. Как он смеет. Как тебе на родине своей? Майха. I was informed that Quintus's suicide. Yeah. It must have been, have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I am told some were receptive of our proposal, but I would hear it from first-hand account. Да. Некоторые, все, кого мы спрашивали, все согласились. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participated in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugee. Perfidy notwithstanding. After all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there is no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under the direct orders of the legatus, and that following his suicide, they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that had he lived, he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability. Or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Скорее второе. Да. Who can say? I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him. And it falls to us to clean up the mess. In from cold. Это похоже на... Я думал, это чай сперва, но там какие-то кусочки. Это, наверное, суп. I seem to be curious about how matters have progressed here in your absence. Quite well, as it happens. Not that we procured ceruleum from Tepper's Den, the recently repaired heaters can provide much needed warmth. Furthermore, we've prepared sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tertium shall find a hot meal waiting upon their arrival. There's one of you. There is one for you, so go ahead and get some well-earned rest. I believe that we're capable of wielding a ledge or two without your assistance. Little. On your way, might I ask you that you seek out Hishtola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she's meant to be taking a rest herself. See that she is. Hishtola. Блин. Hishtola, извини, тебе придется подождать. Тебе придется подождать. Chocobo Cape. Имперец. Stranded at the station. I've seen you before, in Tatum, yes? I was part of the first group transferred here. There's someone I'm trying to find. A small boy. Red hair. Have you seen him? He's probably still refusing to budge. Oh, my apologies. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Gala, First Legion. I've been doing what I can for the refugees, though I suppose I'm one myself. You see, I've always tried to help those in need. Some call me a busybody, in fact. Before joining the military, I was a member of the Vigilus Urbani, and it was our duty to keep the citizenry safe. Old habits die hard, though, which is why I am determined to look after that lad. He's been separated from his parents in the chaos, but he won't leave the station without them. That's no place for a child his age to be fending for himself. We've seen the conditions. You've seen the conditions there. He needs food and warmth, which you and yours have been kind enough to offer. I should go back to the station to try persuade him to join our camp. Could I trouble you to accompany me? It'll do him good to see you are not the monsters he probably thinks you are. Скорее всего, он не уходит оттуда, потому что он ждет там родителей своих. Thank you. Well then, no time like the present. Я думаю, то, что мое предположение в этом случае, что он не уходит не по той причине, что он нас ненавидит, а просто потому, что он ждет возвращения своих родителей или еще кого-то здесь. If my prediction is correct, he should be around here. His name is Volusus. Потому что у него красные волосы. И у него их много. But must know him better for his scarlet locks. Considering how reluctant he is to leave, I doubt he'll answer if we tried calling out for him. Would you mind helping me look? Будем на горящем волке. Лис. Да. Горящем лисе его искать. Чтобы ему спокойнее было, если он нас увидит. Алисе все еще здесь, Авианджер все еще здесь. Я слепой? Что он там прячется? Привет. Who are you? Бу. Voloses. We've been looking everywhere for you. Still refusing to join everyone at the other camp, I see. I'm not going anywhere, but without mom and dad. So сказал. GC, it's for your own good. I know you. Came here with Eulus, didn't you? Please, you've got to listen to me. Mom and Dad are alive. I know they are. Don't say they aren't. Sorry to burden you, but I have a feeling he'll be more cooperative once he's got this off his chest. Hear him out, will you? Okay. Или нет. Парниша, я получил от тебя все, что я хотел. Oh yeah. Бывай. Well. Now here's the sight that warms my heart. The heart. I never thought I'd have the honor to meet a hero of your pedigree, let alone ask for your aid. You see, I've got a shipment of supplies to send down to Temper's Den, and having someone to know the lay of the land by my side would go a long way to ensure its safe delivery. I defend it myself, but I have to carry the bloody thing. If you'd be so kind as to escort me, I assure you, I'll make it worth your while. Определенно, потому что у тебя синий крестик над тобой. Yeah. Well then, I'll be waiting outside and gather the gates of the camp. Come meet me then when you're ready. Don't take too long. Monsters around about in these parts. О, прикольно, у тебя целый рюкзак. There you are. I knew you'd have hard to... You have the heart to help us all in need. Взаимосрыв, сэр. Окей, он за мной будет ходить. С ней можно поболтать тут будет. Словно. Даже они смешно бегают. Давай, бля. Определить, куда ты идешь. Ови, босс. Probably some time yet before we've mapped the entirety of this vast expanse. Stretches not as far as an eye can see. Unhospitable to even the hardiest of explorers. It's a wonder that the Guardians survived it all, let alone went on to form the Empire. Seeing the Magna Glacies with my own eyes, however, I've gained some understanding of their disposition. Стоп, еще поболтать можем? Не исчезло. This is only hearsay, but I've been told these masses are formed when ceruleum bursts forth from the earth and comes into the contact with the surrounding water, freezing instantly and capturing that moment of violence forevermore. The water mixed in it prevents the ceruleum from being set aflame, so we don't use it as fuel without refinement. The amount of ceruleum you get after all that works is barely worth the trouble. Your ceruleum is wrested straight from the earth. That's what those rigs you see off in the distance are doing. As I've heard. Also, you've heard. Окей, почти добрались. Here we are, safe and sound. I couldn't have done it without you, friend. Now all that's left is to deliver the goods. Let's enter those caves and get some shelter from this freezing heavens, eh? Что мне тут осталось? Последний квест. Еще 2 найти. All of the goods have been safely delivered, but I'm afraid I have one more task to beg of you. Of course, I'd do it myself, if I could, but I'm afraid this calls for someone with skill that I lack. You're not obliged to help me again, but seeing as how you already have, maybe you wouldn't mind hearing me out. Может быть. Нет, от желтых квест. Окей, да. Это еще один квест. И один найти. Еще один квест, наверное, будет сюжетный. Йоу, и что? Обеденный перерыв. Блин, обеденный перерыв. У меня тут только чай. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I have been taking proper breaks and imbibing sufficient water. But what of the Warrior of Light? You and the twins have an established history of a reckless disregard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourself in my care. I've already quite enough to deal with, between the tampered and the first wounded. Alas, though, I can mend their bodies, that all they experienced have taken on their hearts and minds is another matter altogether. For their sake, we mustn't waver, but now must we rush ahead in eagerness to see the day one, and in so doing, invade disaster. When setting down the supper, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view the scenes in their entirety. Okay. Сомневаюсь, что они на 1,5 часа. Вау.
Is that all of them?
Густав, здравия. Стоит ли играть в финалку, если никогда не играл и вообще игрок WoW? Насчет... если игрок WoW, то тут без разницы, я бы сказал, потому что это совершенно разные игры. Это как сравнивать, не знаю, Call of Duty и Doom. Оба шутеры, но они разные. А по поводу финалки, я бы сказал, стоит. Это одна из лучших историй в игре, одна из лучших историй, в которую я когда-либо играл. Если она в первой тройке. В топ-3 входит. По большому счету, во всяком случае, для меня, игра своего рода визуальная новелла с очень хорошим сюжетом, персонажами логичными и развивающимися и тому подобным. Очень богатым лором и местами вставленные сражения и боевка, которые для меня ужасны. Просто из-за того, что я не люблю подобный тип боевки. Я в английском вообще не обум. А это не проблема, для игры есть несколько неофициальных русификаторов. Я единственное играю без них, потому что я стримлю, а разработчики очень любят модификации. И даже за модификацию языка могут хлопнуть. Но если ты играешь сам для себя, проблем с этим быть не должно. Главное, в чате никогда не говори, что ты играешь с модами, или там на стриме, или что-нибудь такое. Просто помалкивать об этом, и все будет нормально. Все должно быть нормально. Не могу говорить, что все будет нормально. Плюс большая часть игры, оригинальная Realm Reborn, плюс первые два экспанса, это Heavensward и Stormblood, они бесплатны. Ты можешь просто сейчас скачать и играть сколько угодно по времени, пока это все не пройдешь и не выфармишь. Скорее всего, если прям все выфармливать из них, это порядка 1000, может 1500 часов контента. Если только ради сюжета, то это порядка, сотни-двух, в зависимости от того, насколько медленно ты все это будешь делать. Но это совершенно бесплатная часть, без всяких ограничений по времени, без всего. Изначальная игра, то бишь Realm Reborn, она многим кажется очень скучной, потому что там очень медленное повествование, там вводят всех персонажей, объясняют природу мира и тому подобное. Но эта часть очень важна для последующего формирования видение всех остальных частей. Типа, она вводит контекст ко всему, что происходит. Плюс первая часть слишком довольно-таки старая и сделана была всего за 3 года, поэтому это показывает, это заметно. Она одна из самых слабых частей в игре. Второй же, первый же экспанс Heavensward. Это шикарнейшая история. Плюс там драконы замешаны и тому подобное. В общем, советую, я бы советовал взять эту бесплатную версию, бесплатный триал и пройти хотя бы до Heavensward. Типа пройти Realm Reborn и Heavensward. А дальше уже смотреть, интересно ли дальше. Даже если Realm Reborn не пойдет, я бы все равно советовал бы промучиться сквозь него ради Heavensward. Потому что Heavensward великолепен. Завтра новая игра по MMORPG выходит. Вот думаю, куда сюда или в эту. Throne and Liberty. Красиво выглядит, но сомнения есть. Throne and Liberty. Я сейчас слышу про нее. Но я в целом не фанат ММО, поэтому ничего сказать не могу. По поводу ММО составляющей. Я не фанат ММО, поэтому я мало контактирую с этой частью игры. Но для меня тэп-таргет боевка, она слишком устарела. Мне она просто не нравится. Для меня это самая слабая часть игры. Но мне очень нравятся здесь данжи. Они красивые, они прикольные, хорошо играются, плюс боссы веселые есть. И тому подобное. И комьюнити очень хорошее. Во всяком случае, те части с которым я сталкивался. Ну и да, если что, я сейчас играю сюжет которого? 5-го экспанса. Нет, 4-го. Windsword, Blood, Shadowbringers. Да, это 4-я экспансия. Поэтому спойлеры. В целом я бы советовал идти в сюжет финалки абсолютно слепым. Ничего про нее не зная, ничего не трогая. Это дополнение перечисляешь? Да. Сейчас вышло 5 дополнений, плюс оригинальная игра. Итого 6 куч контента. Оригинальная игра плюс первые 4 обновления, экспансии, это одна единая большая история, которая в конце вот этого обновления, которое я сейчас играю, она заканчивается. И начинается уже следующая большая история. Если в плане покупки интересной игры, то сама игра стоит порядка $60. В нее входят все дополнения. Плюс, если есть русский Steam, то через него можно получить подписку. Она выходит в сколько? $2.40 или что такое? Но для меня, если бы даже не было региональных цен, я бы сказал, она того стоит. Без региональных цен вроде бы самая дешевая подписка выходит $7 в месяц. Это если автообновление подписки включить. По мне, она того стоит. Ладушки. Is it all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Суп. Супчик был бы шикарно. Не учуди ничего, чувак. Не смей. Не заставляй меня жалеть о том, что мы тебя спасли.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Лейн, твоя
Hold
налево.
on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back.
Make me.
Окей, теперь поцелуйтесь.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here.
Йо, у него физиономия.
At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
Суп из чашки.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
Опять глаза. Они очень много подвижности глазам добавили в этом обновлении. И это заметно. Это прям бросается в глаза.
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible.
Всегда пожалуйста. Могу еще раз его изменить. Он очень сильно изменится, если мы перестанем вообще что-либо делать.
Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent, we owe it all to you.
Естественно, я когда-нибудь спрошу с этого всего. Вы
We've
все мои
shed many
должники.
tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
We often don't have a luxury of choice.
Indeed. We can but do our utmost to unite these disparate peoples and lead them to victory.
Ну что, тут успел?
It
Ну,
is a
Гурлян убил.
remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Напротив, я кормлю их супом.
Would
не я
that it had
лично.
come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Ведь луна. Почему они луну так часто показывают? Меня это беспокоит. Я не хочу еще один Даламут. А? Цветок? Цветок? Радио. Опять эти помехи.
What? Emperor Varus?
Ёкало мне.
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly.
Просто бросайтесь на них обнимать.
Save me, brave hero! Ahem. My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Fuck! Чертила грёбаный. Yep.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Пока он медленно развивается. Пока все тихо и спокойно.
It is time for you to awaken.
Он пока что как начало Хевенсборда. Еда.
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment too to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
Borrowed flesh? Huh?
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing.
Стоп, что?
We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo. His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
То бишь они могут перемещать не только эхо теперь. Give me back my body! This is such a pain in the ass. This is such a pain in the ass. Вы налево.
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine. I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes.
Двери с трейлера.
Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate. Ah, exposition is in order.
Да.
The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need.
Они императора воссоздали как бога.
Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course.
Yep. Естественно. Это Heavensward. Просто
As you have
повторяется.
observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Zosgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself.
Yay!
And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima.
Вот что их порабощает.
It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
Ему пофиг совершенно. Абсолютно.
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery.
Я суп остыл.
Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone.
Вау, спасибо, шикарные подарки.
At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger. And it would seem my friend has lost her appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength?
Черт.
The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Or together.
Fuck.
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak.
Это плохо. Dead Pixels. Здравия. С возвращением.
Better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
Стоп, насколько долго он похитил наше тело?
Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making her way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it.
Твой налево.
My lord would be cross if I made it too easy. Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue.
Все день с Зиносом играем. Это он с нами играет.
Tempered soldiers, withstanding orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
Не могу полностью их проигнорировать. Эй! Commence battle. Proceed. Да, почему нет? Шикарно. Ил. Вы больше не Котя. Quickly now. Come on. Пошел ты. Я, видимо, должен их убить, окей. Йо, мы славенькие. Ouch, 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 ouch. It's just a little fight to the death.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent.
Я до тебя доберусь еще. The tempered imperial as breath is last. For your respects. You offer a solemn prayer. This is. Were you possessed of any own body, you may have had the capacity to subdue rather than slay this tempered soldier. In this battle, you are unable to use the full extent of your powers. To reach Camp Broken Glass quickly, you should avoid combat whenever possible. If you are discovered, your foes will give chase. The magic units are especially powerful. If you and your chances of defending them in your current state are slim at best. Aww. The unfortunate soldier was carrying a medical kit. You may use medical kits to restore depleted HP, while you can only carry a limited number. More can be found by inspecting fallen soldiers or wrecked magitech. Круто. Блин, там полно народу. Мы пойдем здесь. Фак, тут перекрыта дорога. Нет! Может, меня не отстанет. Ау, я его задать не могу. Великолепно. Search that Imperial Olay has been damaged, but the weaponry should still function. You may be able to clear the path if you find the identification key and fuel. Блин. Блин. Блин, я попал. The spirit soul appears to have been slain by the tempered. Including inspection, you discover medical kit. А не то, что мне нужно было! Сколько вас тут? Спусак. О, я хилиться начал. Оу, я теперь в руках его нести должен. Serum from the case, blah blah blah. Окей. У меня ключа все еще нету. Да, мне кажется, все еще нет ключа. В всяком случае, не уверен, что у меня он есть. Да, и мы полностью отхилились. Славно. Далеко. Ремонтными работами, блин, тут занимаемся. I'm inside. To this building, quickly. Привет. You've not been torn, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I think it was the only one left. Ah, the bastards got my hand when I took down the Magitek Reaper. If you can repair its leg, well, it should still work. Here, take this key. I had the use of my hand. I mean, it stood a chance out there. Please send help if you can. F. Товарищ, естественно, помрет. О, фак, мелочь всякая. О, нет. Щелк кончился. Had he avoided detection, the soldier may yet have been saved. Вау, спасибо. Чё, там кто-то с кем-то воюет. You there. Please help us, okay? Верни мне тело, любимый. Ау. This away. Вооруженные гражданские. Это прилично. Oh, you want. Естественно. Теперь горлемалцы будут мне должны. Ау. Hey, stranger. Ау. Ту-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду-ду. О, блин, тут полно. Давай, вставай, 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 вставай. А ну ко мне все. Так. Мы еще живы. У нас 51 хп. Мы еще живы. Окей. Мы не попали. Able to escape the blast. You begin to lose consciousness. За паршивое тело. Не-не-не-не-не. Не-не-не-не. Зинос. О, блин. О, блин. Фан Дэниел. Оп. Нам получше становится. У нас ноги заживают. Окей, тело не такое уж плохое. Йоу-йоу-йоу-йоу-йоу-йоу.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Euless? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw her leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well she can handle herself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Хоть я услышал, только он не меня услышал. Кто запалит, что это не мы? Ештола запалит, что это не мы.
Time to call off the search.
Ештола, я на тебя надеюсь. Штола.
Case closed.
That's her, over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive her presence?
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But...
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Yes. Enough Xenos. Дадим информацию.
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go.
Oh.
But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I have yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective, that. Charitable souls that you are. You bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether, and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final days.
Что? Он зодиаркой пытается как-то пробудить? Но он ведь неполноценный.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's wheel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of
Да-да-да, я помню эти твои слова в ретро. Сейчас не момент вспоминать это.
Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Неважно, может, момент подходящий.
Thank goodness. She's awake.
Эй! Ямайха снова Ямайха. Уф. Is everyone alright?
Perfectly fine, yes. I hope the same can be said of you.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly.
Пою налево, даже поесть не дают.
Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
Ох, ё. Толпа стоит, встречает. Все здесь. I will require a detailed report of what occurred whilst you were, not yourself, but the contingent, of course. I can wait until later, however. For now, it's enough that you returned. The body that you were forced to inhabit turns cold and stiff the moment you were returned into your own. Perhaps the soul it belonged to is long gone. Aww. Let us pray it is so. For I doubt it would be better off if the Xenos, in the care of Xenos and Daniel. Thank heavens you're alright. You gave me quite a fright. Are you certain that you recovered? You mustn't push yourself, especially after the experience like that. But блин. You're certain you well? Nothing out of place? No missing bits? Good. Though I promise the same of Fandaniel and Zinus after I'm through with them. How much must these people suffer before they're satisfied? How many cruel, pointless tricks must they play? Prelude to the final days or no? This ends now. Whatever that was, let's not do that again, eh? Постараюсь. Ничего не обещаю. How glad I am to see the awake and restored of thine own flesh at once again. Yes, it is still you. My apologies. I realized too late that the ether emanating from the tower was disrupting my perception. It was likely a temporary effect, but I remain wary. I suppose your experience was a bit different, though. Unlike you, I had the pleasure of being stuck with Al-Habrea while he went gallivanting about doing a poor impression of me. Adds another layer to the insult, believe me. Окей. Что ж, на этом я на сегодня закончу. Yep. Сегодня чуть покороче. Но нужно. Дела. Все такое. Поэтому спасибо всем, кто заглянул. Удачи и до встречи в следующий раз. Пока.